I'm Chicks with Tricks. Welcome to my channel and join me as I video everything that I am passionate about, from reptiles to jet skis, drifting, and basically anything in between. Okay, this is going to be my larger pair of Croc Skink enclosure, but the reason that it's down here is because the last time I did a paludarium build, which was for my juveniles, the enclosure was much too heavy to move after I built it. So instead of having to take it apart and then put it back together again, I decided to build it where it's going to rest. So now that you know kind of what's going on and why I'm crouched here, this is going to be a paludarium build for my adult Croc Skink pair. But a paludarium generally has an aquatic and a land portion, so that's how this is going to be, and it's not going to be separated. What I'm going to show you is how to make a false bottom that allows the water to flow through the bottom. Then you'll have your dirt barrier and then your dirt. So if you do it correctly, then there shouldn't be any dirt that falls into the water. So the first layer is going to be what's called Matala. It is a pond filter medium, and it allows water, it's porous, it allows water to flow through it, but what's going to happen is I'm going to put a barrier and then the dirt on top of it, so the water will flow underneath, but it will not reach the actual dirt. This is the ABG that's all mixed up, and you see the charcoal, sphagnum moss, you've got the little rocks that are used for the false bottom, and then of course the cocoa husk. So now it's time to pour it in here on top of my dirt barrier and move on to the next layer. On top of that, I'm going to go ahead and put the terra fauna dirt and move on to my plants. And on top of that layer, I'm going to put the Josh's Frogs cocoa cradle substrate. I went ahead and wetted it down so it's all nice and moist and I won't have to do it later. Now that the dirt's in there, it's time for my cleanup crew, plants, and then the cage accessories. Part of the planted part of the enclosure is putting the plants in. Hopefully they will start to grow and provide more coverage for the Croc Skinks, since they're typically a very shy species. Now your next layer is the moss. I just wet it down as you saw and just need to place it in there. And then I'm going to finish up my land portion with some leaves. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the rocks in there and get them set up so I can get my nice layer into the water. I'm going to put it in this back corner over here. So there you have it. It's a very simple paludarium build with your Matala false bottom, and then you have your mesh layer, your dirt, whatever dirt you like. I chose to use the Josh's Frogs ABG and the Biodude's Terra Fauna mixed in with some cocoa fiber from Josh's Frogs. And then with that, it's got the springtails, isopods for a cleanup crew, some plants from Josh's Frogs. Hopefully they'll start to grow in. I may add some more later, but this is what I have right now. Topped off with moss and cage accessories. So thanks for sticking around for another Chicks build. This one's a little odd just because I'm kind of kneeling on the floor, but like I said, I don't want to move this thing. I'm sure you wouldn't want to move it either, so you understand my predicament. Please let me know what you want to see. I have a 40-gallon horizontal enclosure right now that I built from the Dragon Nest enclosures, but instead I put my snake in the DIY cages and I took her enclosure for a paludarium just so it would be more uniform for my Croc Skinks, because my other Croc Skink enclosure is a 40-gallon breeder as well. So I thought it would be just a little bit better. Now, I want your suggestions on what I should put in a 40-gallon horizontal enclosure. It's 24 by 24 by 12. So what do you think would be a good one to go in there?